of ways, this is some stuff that's the challenge, is trying to put these ineffable experiences into words and just being able to like map out the entire relation of the patterns that we've been observing and experiencing, and being able to just figure out like what is happening at sort of, because that, you're right, there's sort of like an input-output aspect of reality that is consistent. It is something where we can inject code into it, knowing that an output will occur, and the input that we put in are the thoughts that we're constantly emitting. We are constantly like these signal towers, we are these radio antennas, and we are both emitting and receiving. But I think, and I'll pass it back to you, and I will say, we'll just sort of, we'll set this up for the next caller just so we can continue with that, and it may be our good buddy Alon actually is going to be calling in soon. But one thing I was going to say that I really like what you hit upon is emphasizing the idea of, with manifestation, letting go is such an important part, because we often see things in our mind and we're like, yeah, I really want it to be like that. But oftentimes the universe will be like, oh, that's a cool idea, but it's going to be like this instead. And it won't be what you expect. So sometimes it is holding on to a specific idea of how something will show up in your life that is actually like preventing it from showing up in the way that is actually more optimized to your life path at that point. So yes, in the process of saying, manifesting something, putting out that intention, and then letting go is the idea of letting go your expectations as to how you will receive it, and then knowing that you will receive it in time when the time is right, and that could be a long time. And eventually the idea is that everything will come around, or until you actually change your intention and say like, you know what, actually I think I changed my mind. I think I might want something different now. I think I might want to go in a different direction. And at which point the universe will be like, okay, good, like, well, we can change that. We can adjust on the fly like that. But manifestation is a really, really interesting thing, and I think for me it's really allowed me to sort of integrate my own relationship with things like synchronicity, and realizing that like synchronicity is sort of the middleman in terms of manifestation, that will say like, you want something, you have to go out and get it, and the universe will put something out halfway, but you still have to sort of like reach your hand out and hold on to something. Yeah, at the same time, yes, it works both ways, where sometimes the universe will drop something in your lap as well. But just being aware of the fact that like, yeah, like I love the idea, and I'll pass it back to you, that consciousness is like a mirror test. It's being able to see yourself in your surroundings. I really like that. So even when it's being able to see your intentions, and it goes, like you said, it goes both ways. If some people, and this is a big topic, if people are just like, oh, but my life's so negative, does that imply that negativity is something that they are bringing in themselves? And if that's the case, then what that demands is them to take responsibility for all of the choices and the actions, or as many as they can consciously develop within their life, knowing that like the more conscious that we are of each choice, the more in control, or maybe not control is the right word, but the more influential we are of the reality that we are creating. So rather than just being the victim of reality, we become more of like that God mind consciousness co-creator, God spirit in a human form, doing awesome stuff and being the artist and the canvas at the same time. That's just a few thoughts on my own. But yeah, if there's anything else, Jessica, that maybe you can just set us up, and then we'll see if Alon's ready to come on in the next.